Hey, what's up you guys? My name's Tyler Rugge. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we have bad news. We have bad news and we have good news. So, I mean, the bad news is pretty bad, but the good news is like really good. So, it's like, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. As you guys can tell from the title of the video, however, the bad news is that some of the baby Abronias died. Now, not all of them died, luckily. However, when you only have 3 baby Abronia, having any of them die is kind of a big loss, you know? There's just not that many to begin with. Before we dive into that, let's just backtrack a little bit. I was luckily able to successfully breed my Abronia graminia pair. She gave birth in November to 3 babies, which is a very small amount considering they normally have closer to 10. One of them, I think I mentioned this in my last video, one came out a little bit smaller than the others and just didn't do very well from the get-go. I had trouble getting it to eat. It wasn't very responsive. Like, I could pick it up and it wouldn't move very much, which, you know, the other ones would dart immediately away from me if I tried to grab them. So that lack of response was a little bit alarming, and I just kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to make it because, like I said, it was not thriving to begin with. Anyways, I set up little critter keepers for each one, and I made sure they, you know, were nice and hydrated at all times, and I was feeding them fruit flies, and all of them were eating pretty well except for the one. I would say after maybe only a couple weeks, the smallest one ended up dying. I just don't think he was meant to survive, so that sucked. Time went on. The other 2 seemed to be doing okay. There was one of them specifically that was bigger of the 2, and one that was just a lot more active, eating a lot more, and just seemed to be the strongest of all of them. And then the other one that I had left, the second one, was like kind of in between. Like, it would eat a little bit, it moved around a little bit, but it just wasn't as, you know, it was kind of like in between the 3 as far as how healthy it seemed. Eventually, I would say this was probably 2 or 3 weeks after the first one died, the second one just kind of slowly stopped eating, and then a few days after I noticed it stopped eating, it ended up dying as well. The good news, that one Abronia baby is still alive and is doing really well. He's been growing, I don't know if it's he or she, but he's been growing, and he's like a little bit bigger now, and he's starting to get the green colors kind of come in. And I mean, he's just eating like a champ, super active, very responsive, and he's just at the stage of life where I'm not worried about him. The issue with baby Abronia, like literally from the beginning, everyone was telling me how sensitive the babies are. Everyone has some babies die. It's like inevitable. And everyone said, like, if some of yours die, do not feel bad. It's bound to happen. They're just very, very difficult when they're so small and sensitive and fragile, and like they just die randomly, basically. I was like, that sucks because I only have 3, but we'll see what I can do. So one of them ended up making it, which, you know, honestly, I can't complain, because having one captive bred Abronia baby make it is an accomplishment still, especially when I only had 3 to begin with. He's doing good. He's been growing pretty fast, and I'm just very, very excited about it. And honestly, I'm proud of myself because I've obviously never bred Abronia before. Not a lot of people have, and the fact that I've made it this far is still something that I think I should be happy about. The other good news, and this literally happened like a few weeks after I posted my initial video about how I was able to breed my Abronia, and in the last video I said, you know, I hope that I can get them to pair again and have babies again, and hopefully next time they can have more babies, because like I really don't know what exactly I did right to get them to breed. So I was like, I don't know what I did exactly, but I hope I can do it again and get more babies out of them. That's the goal. Like 2 weeks later, maybe even like a week later, I don't know, literally not long after I posted that video, I saw them locked up together. Like I saw them. they were doing it. They were doing the dirty. I saw them. So that would lead me to believe I'm probably gonna end up with more babies. February 10th is the day that I saw them lock up again. As long as everything goes well, pretty much later in the summer, I can expect to have more babies. Hopefully, more this time. So I just wanted to give you guys this update. I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to have any babies available for sale at any point. My answer to that, well, obviously as of now, I only have one baby and the answer is no. But I don't know if I'm gonna sell any babies to the general public anytime soon. I'm sure later on down the line, I would love to have babies that I can release to the public so that people who want to keep Abronias can have captive bred ones available to them. But right now I'm just focusing on breeding them and establishing a decent population of them. And I'm most likely going to end up trading some of my babies with other Abronia breeders, other people who've had success with them, so that I can get different bloodlines and unrelated Abronia that I can then pair to my babies and whatnot, and just have a larger gene pool. Then I'll just, in the long run, I'll be able to produce more babies, healthy, unrelated to each other, and a little bit more down the line, I'll have a lot more available, and then at that point, I'll be able to then sell them to the public. For now, I'm focusing on just producing as many as I can and working with other people who are breeding them to just help each other out and kind of get everyone to have a pretty good established population of breeders that they can work with. That's the goal as of right now. So unfortunately, obviously I'm not selling the one baby I have now, but maybe in the future, I'll most likely at some point have some available. They're still a little ways away, so you guys are gonna have to hang on your horses. But other than that, I mean, the Abronia are doing good. Jupiter and Juno, which are my adult pair that bred for me, they're doing really good. Like I said, Juno is preggers, and we can hope that she'll have some more babies in the future, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. And the little baby we have now is just doing great, and I'm really happy about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just wanted to give you guys this update. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support. If you guys liked this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new here and you want to see updates about my Abronia and or anything else that I post about. And I will see you guys in my next video.